What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this Friday? Sorry about the delay here. I am going to show you guys something really quick that we are working on. I just got to load up the application here. We're doing some testing. Let you guys speculate on what you think it might be. Where is it? Of course, now my software's not. Oh. Might help if I plug in the cable for the thermal sensor. That might help. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I think it might help if you plug in your thermal camera before you do some testing here. So let's see, does this actually work? Oh, look at that, it still works. So just doing some thermals here on a little board that we're making, and this will go along with a printer accessory. This is not an easy board. This is a power delivery board. So we're just doing some testing here, making sure everything's working. But there will be new stuff coming to the shop in a couple of weeks here, because this was the last step of testing, and everything looks pretty good. So I don't know if Griffin wants me to show the actual device or not. He says go show it off on stream. So right now, this little device is fully loaded. People have been asking. We sold something like this. I don't know if Griffin's watching. Let me ping him and say, I'm going to ask him, you want me to show the actual board? We've been kind of keeping things under wraps because last time we didn't, Chinese companies came along and copied us. So we've been a little secretive about stuff until things are ready to launch. I was like, where's my camera? He says yes. So let me hook this up here and I'll show you what we got cooking here. I've got a couple of prototypes in here. I've been testing these all day, and I'm very excited about them because there's something we used to carry and people loved them, but they didn't work with newer boards. So we had to design our own. Let's get this in here. Sorry, I had this camera out for the Ender 6 LCD video. But let me hook this up real quick. Tor knows what it is. I also have another batch of products coming in that will be in our shop in about, I want to say about a week and a half. So they're already done. We haven't shown anything about them, and we're gonna keep that under wraps until I get the video done for them to show them off. So, but here, let me show you my messy ass workbench here, and that'll work. So let's see here. So that's arm cam 1. Oh, I should probably make sure that camera is on because this is the one we're going to be using for the stream. So let's see. That should come up. Come on, don't tell me this camera's broken. There it is. Ah! Anyways, so this is what we're working on right here. This little board right here. This is, if you guys remember, so I'm feeding this in 12 volt off my power supply here. Damn it, I forgot to take the auto exposure out here. Hang on. Let me drop down a couple notches. There we go. So, anyways, these are little boards. If you guys remember, we used to carry little boards that allowed you to power your Raspberry Pi off of your printer. But the problem is the new Pi 4s, they pull a lot more juice. So this is a board that Griffin designed for us. And this will not only power a Pi 4, but even using low-end cables, you're not going to trigger the under voltage. So we're just making sure the thermals are all good. I have this Pi maxing out its processor right now. I've got a camera hooked up to this to increase the draw. I had a printer board hooked up, but it's not connected right now. So anyways, just testing to make sure we're getting the correct voltage into the Pi, even if you're using a really crappy cable. So this is actually putting out a little more than 5 volts, so we can compensate for any loss on a cable if you're using a longer length or a cheaper one, that kind of stuff. So We're going to be bringing these back, and this will be nice for you guys that are not switching your power off on your Raspberry or on your printer. You can also use this for any other 5-volt accessory. So yeah, just making sure all the thermals are good on here. Everything's looking good. This has been running for about 4 hours now with a Pi fully loaded on it, and we're seeing a max temp of about 49C. So yeah, these will be back, and these will come with wire to hook them up to your printer power supply and a nice case to go around them. So this is the first version, and they're going really well. So, and they also have short circuit protection and reverse polarity. So if you flip the positive negative, it's not going to let out the magic smoke. So I just wanted to tease that really quick, since we've been working on these for, I don't know, a month or two, if not more, just trying to get everything dialed in and make sure that we're trying to compensate for any sort of like scenarios, you know, like poor quality cables, that kind of stuff, a fully loaded Pi. So anyways, but yeah, the max output on this is 3 amps out. So plenty of power for your USB devices. I'm just going to leave this run. This is actually hooked up. This is running an EasyPi image, but I SSH'd in, and I'm running an artificial benchmark on the processor that's just maxing it out, so it pulls the max amount of current possible to make sure that this is not going to sag. So those should be in the shop in a couple of weeks. So anyways, yeah. What the hell are you doing, dog? Oh, he hit a bone on there. But the only application this won't be good for is if you're using something like an easy plug to turn your printer's power off after you're done. So, but there's a lot of people that don't use that. Or if you just want to feed it off of a 12-volt power supply, but at that point you might as well just get a wall wart anyways. But these are still used by a lot of people, and been having a lot of people ask us, because we used to carry these little boards that had 2 USB ports on them. And the problem is they worked fine for the 3B and 3B pluses, but the Pi 4s are way more power hungry. So what would happen is, because those are putting out exactly at 5 volts, by the time you added a cable into the mix, which adds voltage drop, the Pi 4 would start complaining about it undervolting. So we stopped carrying those because they didn't work with the Pi 4s, and that's what most people are using these days. So we decided to just make our own. So, but today we are going over the Sovol SV01. It's right here. I haven't opened this. It's been sealed this entire time. We bought this about a month ago. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and go through the machine. We're going to build it. We're going to do a quick print on it, and then we're going to tear into it and see what what the build quality is and that kind of stuff. I'm just realizing I should have grabbed my wireless mic, so I'll grab that out of my box. Oh, wait, it's right here. So that way we don't have audio cutting out. How many of you guys watched the Ender 6 LCD video we posted the other day? I'm just curious to know what your feedback was. If you think it was better than some of our older tutorial videos, like how was the audio, the video. There's like one shot I wasn't a huge fan of where the lights kind of blew it out, but we were just like, it was showing the it was showing putting the screws in the rear of the housing, and my lighting on the ceiling kind of blew out that shot, but I was like, it's still working well. So we ran with it instead of reshooting that one tiny little part. But I'm just curious to know what you guys think. I'm trying to get our quality better. We actually upgraded to the new version of Sony Vegas, which is what I use for editing, and it came with their SoundForge Pro software, which actually has a lot of nice features in it. So I was actually able to post-process the audio and get everything way more even than we normally do with just something like Odyssey, which is what I was using. Is Odyssey the right word? No. Audacity. Sorry, Audacity. So anyways, let's see. Let me get my live chat up here. I've got too many damn windows open. It's been a busy Friday, so we had a little lull. I want to give a shout out to Malachi. Today is his last day. He's actually joining the Air Force, so best of luck to him. But he's been one of our level 1 shop techs, and sad to lose him, but, on to bigger and better things. So, and nothing bigger or better than serving our country. Let me see here. Let me switch over to the wireless pack, and I'm just going to put a fresh set of batteries in here, even though they're probably not dead. Let's see. And I did in the Ender 5 or Ender 6 video, the LCD video. Put a little thing in there for our buddy Blue Sandbox, who's our resident weeb over at the Discord server. If you guys could catch that little clip in there, I did that for him. So let's go ahead and get this on. And we are switched over to the wireless mic. I think we're doing good, so I can get the Yeti out of here. Time to channel my inner Lewis Rossman, but with much less flux. Hopefully we won't need any flux for this video. So let's go. Let's get this all in the shot, and then we're going to see what we have here and how things are going with the Sovols. I've been a big fan of Sovols printers. They've done a pretty good job, and we're going to see if the SV03 holds up to the SV01, which, you know, was a very well put together machine, and you know, in my opinion, pretty underrated, to be honest. I feel like it didn't get very much attention from many reviewers. I don't know if it's because they didn't spam the crap out of everybody like all these other companies do. So, but I do think they make good machines. So let's see here. We have two other SV01s. Why is my camera not playing nice with me today? Let's try this again. There we go. All right. So let's get to it. Get my trusty Leatherman out here. All right. Man, this is big. I'm going to have to like take this out of the box and put it on the floor and then move everything back up. So let's see what we got here. All right. I'm just going to take everything out and then we're going to go through it. We got a user manual here. We'll flip through this. Looks fairly nice. Why is this not... You know what? When Bruce helped me do all this, he took the auto exposure off. And I forgot about this. Damn it. I'm used to shooting with the auto exposure off. And I can't remember how he changed it. Hang on. Shoot mode, manual exposure. How the hell do I change the... Come on. Shoot mode. There we go. Okay. We should be good now. Are we good now? We're good now. Okay, much better. So, let's go ahead and get this unboxed. Sorry about the camera malfunctions. I totally forgot to switch it because he does photography stuff. So he was getting into all the settings and locking in the exposure and everything for the video that we shot. And I forgot to undo that before I started streaming because I'm used to it just being automatic because these cameras do a pretty good job of manually focusing. Or manually adjusting, or automatically, I should say. They're manually doing it automatically. I can't talk, apparently. So, let's get this printer out of the box. Looks like this should be a fairly quick assembly. I don't see anything else in here. Alright. Oh, boy. This is a heavy sucker. I see a ribbon cable for the top gantry. I'm not a big fan of that, but this is very CR10 Pro-esque. Oh, I didn't know this. This comes with a BL Touch. So we got auto bed leveling. I don't know if this is just the one that I got, or if this is standard. We'll find out. But let's go through everything. So we got the screen, the upright, the lower. Where did I put everything else? Oh, it's over here. We got a little Facebook group or Facebook page QR code here. Let's go ahead and bring this down to a more working level as we build the machine. All right. Let's get to it. So, is this going to be a really quick stream? That'd be great. If this was a quick stream on a Friday, that'd be fantastic. Let's see here. It says make sure to put your input voltage match your local main. So 110 versus 220. That's good to have in there. Other common sense stuff. But what we want to look at is the assembly. And it looks like we're going to bolt the upright onto the side, and they milled out the side here. I like when companies do this. This gives it a little more stability. This is a nice touch. That was one of the complaints I had about the Voxelab, is that they didn't have that. Just this little bit of milled out on the extrusion. It's maybe 3 or 4 millimeters deep. It helps align things better and keep it from rocking a little bit. It's just an extra touch. So it looks like we're just going to put the top frame on, bolt the filament holder on, install the screen. Except you can see someone messed up the guide here. They used the same image for the screen installation as they did for the Z-axis limit switch. Somebody messed up there. And then it says connect all the cables. So the filament sensor cable, the rainbow cable. Is that like rainbow ribbon? The rainbow cable? And then all our end stuff switches. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty quick assembly. I honestly did not know what I was getting myself into with this. I wasn't sure if this is going to be a longer assembly or a shorter assembly. But it looks like we're in for a treat. And this should be a fairly quick stream. That'd be great, because I'd like to have a glass of whiskey and a cigar today. It's been a hell of a week, and it'd be nice to just have an easy stream. So this looks like, I'm assuming this is for the LCD. There's no label on it. We got the filament spool holder. Oh, they pre-installed the little T-nuts on there. That's a nice touch. What is this? We've got, oh, look, we've got a little alignment here. I don't know if that's necessary, but interesting. It's an interesting filament sensor bracket. Power cable, feels beefy. We got these look like the bottom screws. There's no labels on these bags. We do have, oh, look it. They know you're going to break the BL touch pin, so let's go ahead and include a spare one, because you're probably going to need to replace this. We got an extra nozzle. We've got an SD card here, same reader as we're used to. A scraper. I have so many of these scrapers. And then they do give you a mini USB, so that's good to see. I like when they include USBs. It's always nice because not everybody has USB cables laying around. So, looks like these are the ones that go through the side. So we've got 4 screws, and we're going to put these lock washers on each of the screws before we put them in, okay? So take the lock washers, put them on there. I believe that's the term. Are they crimp washers? Someone tell me. I think they're called lock washers. That's what I've always called them. I could be wrong, but you put them on here. They help keep things situated and help keep it from backing out. So we're going to put each one of those on there. We're going to take this and slide it on to the printer. Let's see. We're going to lock in. I want to feel a nice snap. Am I going to get a nice satisfying snap? Oh, there's printed extrusion covers on the bottom. Those are interesting. All right. Yeah, that snaps in fairly nice. So let's go ahead and get the bolts in the side here. I'm going to have to, is this going to fall on me? Or can I get away with leaving that there? All right. Let's see. Is that threading in? Oh, yeah, that's threading in. Well, there's no other bolts in here. Those go in far. Damn. Yeah, I guess it's going to go all the way in. That's a long... I think this is the longest M5 bolt that I've seen on a printer in a long time. I'm pleasantly surprised that it's this quick of an assembly. I was expecting more complex assembly than this, but this is pretty sweet that it's this quick. We'll see. We'll see what it holds. We have not seen the guts yet. Anybody want to take bets on if the wires are tinned or not? If you don't have a 5-gallon bucket of USB cables you can't find, do you even deserve a printer? I don't have 5-gallon buckets, but I've got multiple bins down in my basement with various USB cables sorted by type, like USB-C and mini and micro and type A, that kind of stuff. But I'm starting to find now, I used to have a ton of micro stuff, but I'm starting to find that I'm getting more USB-C stuff because all the phones are going over that stuff, cameras and stuff. I welcome USB-C. These little adapter pieces are kind of annoying because they just pop right off. I'm going to get them back on. Okay, they do go back on. But I'm surprised that they're printed. Usually Sovol does all injection molding on their stuff. All right, I'm going to lay this down here. Why is this? This is like, I'm not a big fan of that. That's all lined up correctly, but show you guys what I'm seeing here. This should be kind of sitting here, but I'm going to have to like force this down here. You see how it's like wanting to ride up there? And I didn't like crank those other screws down yet, so I'm going to have to like push this down, which tells me that something's skewed here. See if I just hold this. I'm going to loosen up the top gantry and see, because this shouldn't be like wanting to pull upwards. It should just kind of naturally rest there if everything's not misaligned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen these top bolts up here. Just take the strain off this. Yeah, this is kind of misaligned. So let's see. Yeah, just loosen this up a little bit. Kind of do the inverse of when I build another machine. I always usually leave these loose and use the gantry to square everything up. So say it's not wanting to pull itself up like it was. All right. So let's get these all in. Apollo, I don't know if you're watching, but you're making my phone send notifications on my computer. He's PMing me on Discord. And my computer is forwarding the notifications. I'm going to have to disable those. Okay, so these are going in smooth. I'm going to make sure these are lined up, and then we're going to retighten the uppers. Yeah, Comcast, knock on wood, Comcast has been doing pretty good since they've put a new line in. I'm very happy that that's working, and God forbid we have issues again. We have a 5G T-Mobile backup that's actually performing very admirably for the price. I don't know if you guys have it in your area, but T-Mobile has a home internet now that's like 40 millisecond ping where I'm at, and 150 down and 50 up for $60 a month and no data cap. So we have that as our backup here because it's actually more than usable as a backup line in case Comcast decides to be Comcast again. All right, so I'm tightening these up. I'm on the other side of the printer now. You just can't see it on the camera. And we're going to go ahead and tighten the top back up because I loosened up these screws, the two over here and the two here. So let's go ahead and make sure these are all lined up. Make sure the extrusion's flush. Looks like it is. Go ahead and tighten these down. And we're going to feel to see how well everything is lined up in terms of the gantry and the eccentric nuts. This feels smooth. They do have these really loose. I don't know if you guys can see this. These shouldn't be tightened down, but they also shouldn't be this loose. Like, look at this. Do you see that? See how sloppy that is? It should be a little loose, but not like my X. That's way too loose. Let's go ahead and tighten this up a little bit. And we're not cranking these down. We just don't want them flopping about like that. So there we go. It's smooth. The other one, though, is really loose, too. Look at that. Yeah, that's way too loose. You just want them snug. You want them basically snug to the point where if it does bind up, it can like kind of kick the nut out, but you don't want to hulk them down. Okay? So that's looking a lot better. Oh yeah, I can move the... So I can actually move the gantry just by pushing on it. So that's looking good. Even though these eccentric nuts actually seem to be too tight. Way too tight. But we're going to loosen those up. Those we do want not to be super tight. All right. There we go. They do give you an eccentric nut wrench. We're going to go ahead and do adjustment on these. And like I said before, you want these so they're loose. They're tight enough where you can break them loose with your hand, but not too loose that they spin freely. These ones are too tight. So just a little turn. You should always adjust these on any printer you get. So like if I do this, it doesn't move. But if I grab it and hold on to it, I can turn it. That's the amount of tension you want. It's hard. It's one of those things that you just like kind of do and feel, and it's hard to convey over the interwebs. But hopefully I've conveyed it well enough that you guys get the gist. So there we go. All right. Well, according to this, the next step is to install the screen, I believe. No, the filament sensor and the holder. So those go on the top like so. We're going to go ahead and put those on. Now, are we putting the... We're putting the spool holder facing towards the back so it juts out this way towards the rear. I'll go ahead and bring you guys up here. Man, whoever assembled these hulked these down. Guys, I'll tighten the nuts up that we need to have loose to install them, but you'll leave the other ones loose as hell. Doesn't make sense. All right. And this printer we bought, this was not sent to us from Sovol. This was one that we purchased. I forgot to mention that. Because people in the comments kept asking us to, where's the Sovol SV03? Where's the SV03? Why don't you do a video on the SV03? Hey, Tim, you should do a video on the SV03. Well, here it is, okay? Spent my hard-earned freedom bucks on the SV03. Now, hopefully we'll be able to do some upgrades to it. We're going to see what we have in store inside. We have our 12864 LCD, so we should be able to do some firmware magic with its stock board. And maybe even put an easy board in it. So we have made some progress on getting easy boards back into the shop. We're just doing some final testing and stuff, and then hopefully we'll be able to have them back. So, and that's all I'm disclosing for right now. We've had to change up things because of the whole silicon shortage stuff. So, but once we get closer to having them shipping to us, I'll release some details on there. But we're going to continue to be vague because when we first came out, when we were working on the Easy Board, we had talked about it, and then all of a sudden other Chinese companies started trying to beat us to market and putting out their half-ass attempts of a 32-bit drop-in for the Creality. So we're keeping things close to our chest now. All right, so we're going to plug the filament sensor cable in, just right there. Right there. Nice. And then we want to connect all of our other cables here. You know, I should have done this when I had Bruce here with me, so I could have him help me do all the camera angles and stuff. So the filament sensor plugs in here. This is like an extension. And then we've got a Z motor here, so we're going to plug that into the Z motor that's on this side. And there's another Z motor. Yep, I need to move this forward. There's another Z motor in the back here. So see right here. So we're going to plug this plug into there. And this does not have a ZN switch because it's got a BL Touch. So I'm assuming they're using the BL Touch to home the Z axis. I did notice that there is no little guard on the in-stop switch here. Do you guys see that? Usually there's like a little metal lever, but I guess either it came off in shipping. This still hits it, so we'll probably be okay. There should be a little metal lever like there is on the Y-axis switch here. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? That's usually how they look. So, and either that came off during shipping or maybe they intentionally left it off, but I have a feeling it's either came off in shipping or assembly because I usually have those on there. But it should function fine. So I just plugged the ribbon cable in on the left here. You can see that. And then we're going to get the LCD mounted up. Which looks to be accomplished with the bracket that's in the baggie. Yep, so that bolts on here, and then we bolt the bracket to there. They did label EXP1 and EXP2 on the cables themselves here, so we can match them up with the LCD. So EXP1 and EXP2. It's a good touch, because I think I complained about that on the SV01. They did not have them marked, and you basically had a 50-50 shot of getting it right. So, oh, I was like, why is it so warm in my office here? It's because I forgot I turned off, well, I opened the window, which turned off my air conditioning unit. I'm like, man, I'm getting warm in here. Hang on, let me kick that on. Otherwise things are going to get really hot in here, and nobody wants to see that. There we go. All right. So, it looks like this goes like this. Hang on, where's my preview? So it looks like this goes like this. This bolts onto the front here. Yup. Yup. So, put those in there. It looks like we need some washers on there, because it came with washers. Do they tell you to use washers, though? They don't. There's no directions telling you how to attach this. Like this is not attached to here, but I can put two and two together and figure that out. But I guess if you can't figure that out, maybe you shouldn't be putting a printer together. Maybe it's like a little built-in test that Sovol does to be like, okay, let's leave one little step out that should be easy to figure out if the person's smart. So I'm just going to put one washer on each of these screws here, and then put it through the hole on the bracket here. You see there? Put the other one there, and we'll bolt this to the side here. Oh, David Petzel made an appearance here. What's up, Dave? Oh, I totally forgot to do everybody's name reads. I'm sorry. I was kind of excited to get into this because this printer is actually going to end up in our print farm, and the sooner I can get it printing and upgraded, the sooner it can go start doing my bidding. I'm trying to get the little clip back in the bottom here. It's like 2020 extrusion cover. It's not wanting to go. Why are you not wanting to get in there? Get in there. Come on. The hell, man? Good enough. Good enough for government work. Alright, let me make sure this is tight. Okay, we're good there. Go ahead and loosen up these 4 T-nuts here. Just want to loosen them up. You want to have about that much space between the nut and the back plate so it's got enough room to turn around in the extrusion. And if you notice here, they have one screw head uncovered on each, and I'm assuming that's due to grounding purposes, so that way there's some ground going to the chassis. These manufacturers are learning about grounding. It only took them like 3 or 4 years, but we're getting to a point where that's becoming a priority. So I'm happy to see that. All right, I'm gonna have to turn this up to get this on here. All right. And there we go. It's officially a live stream. All right, so let's go ahead and get these connected. So we got EXP1, which goes here, and then EXP2, which goes here. Now we need to check the power supply voltage setting, and then we should be good to turn this on. It's all the way back here. Right there. And you can see it's on 230. So we want to go ahead. I usually take the end of one of the drivers here and just go in here. Set it to 115 because we're in the US. America. And then we're going to go ahead and power on. It looks like our power receptacle is right back here. So let's go ahead and get the clear film here off the bed. Man, these clips. I'm wondering if we have a flex plate for this. I'm willing to bet we don't, because this looks like, ooh, sorry about that. This looks like a new size. What is this, like 350? 360 by 370. Of course they gotta be weird with the sizes. Yeah, 370 by 360. Let me see here. The closest size I have is for the Under 5 Plus, which is 376 by 370. Let's see if that'll clear. Ooh, that'll actually clear. Okay, well, it hangs off a tiny bit, but that does cover the bed and fits between the uprights here. I don't know if we should go through the trouble of making another size, or we just use this because this is full coverage here. What do you guys think? Because we have to get so many of the plates made, and if we're not going to sell at least 100 of these, it's not going to be worth it for us to get ones made for this. But in terms of us, I think we'll just throw the 376 by 370 on here and call it a day, because that will work. We did order under 6 plates, though. I just want to let you guys know. We got ordered 290 by 290s. So, but, yeah, so the bed on this is, like I said, 370 by 360. So, we'll see. I might have to send an email blast out and pull everybody and see, like, hey, do you have an SV03? If so, are you interested in getting the Easy Flex? And then maybe we can do, like, a pre-order or something. Would anybody be interested in that? If we did get the exact size. I personally don't mind using a size that's close that covers my full build area. Obviously, like, I put the 260 by 260 on my under 6. So, yeah, but you can see it fits in between the uprights. When you're getting a plate that's a different size than your physical bed, you want to make sure that, 1, it covers the whole print area, and 2, it fits between your uprights if you have a printer this style. If it does, then you're fine. And then the magnet obviously is going to hang over a little bit, but you can trim the magnet with a knife after you stick it down to the plate. So it's not that big of a deal. So, but let's power it on and see if it works out of the box, because that's what I'm concerned about. Now, a couple of nice touches I noticed on here. Let's kind of go over this. We got belt tensioners out of the box. I really like this. This is never a bad thing. You're never going to hear me complain about a company including belt tensioners. I think this is always a good idea. It just makes adjustment easier. I know how to manually adjust my belts. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate having an easy way to manually adjust my belts. I am going to actually check the other eccentrics on here. This one's too, what's the word I'm looking for? It's too tight. So let me fix that. Okay. That one's good. So 1 out of 2 was too tight. And let's check the bed. Are they on this side? There's 1 on this side and 2 on that side. Oh, this will be fun to adjust. So let's see. We got 1 here in the center. That one feels pretty good. That one's just spinning freely. Which means the other side is probably... Oh yeah, they're loose. Loosey-goosey. I almost prefer when they have them all on one side versus, like, one. See, this is why, like, I can't do quick printer streams, because I am too anal about this stuff. All right, that one's good. I just need to tighten this one up a little bit. Still spinning freely. Oh, Mike, get in there. Still not helping. All right, we're good. I'm happy with that. All right. Always adjust your eccentric nuts. Always. Let's see. It depends on making the easy flex for resin printers. So I have samples from our supplier that makes them, which is also the same supplier as Wham Bam. But I haven't gotten into them because I don't use resin printers as often enough, and that would go against our, if we, wouldn't use it, we don't sell it type of mentality that we do here. So eventually, towards the end of the year, like Q3, I am going to be looking at getting into more resin stuff because I'm getting into resin myself. So we'll see. But all right. Let's auto home and see if the auto home works. They don't have quick home on in the firmware. Someone messaged me on the Livestream's Discord about the bed. I guess the cables on the bed for this have a lot of issues. Dear God, this is slow. I forgot how slow BL touches are. Look at this. Where's the Jeopardy music? Yeah, if you guys are looking for resin flex plates, I could happily recommend you look over at Tiny Machines for their resin flex plates. I know they have them. Let's see. Look, I have time to even look up the, let's see. And it finished homing. Anyways, okay, so that's working. Let's see, do they have the M48 test enabled? They do not. Okay, let's see. Here, let's do a quick side by side here. Because this will be fun. Let's see. We'll make it fair. So we'll do a printer that's the same size print bed as this, and let's see what happens. So hang on. Let me pull up my monitor here. I'm going to add a live stream source here. Hang on. Add browser source. Give me just a moment here. Add a new source. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to home all. Okay. So we're going to do auto home. And then what we're going to do, just for funsies, is we're going to go ahead and do a level bed, which will then give us, it's a G29. So we're going to see, where is bed leveling, level bed. So I'm going to hit level bed on the Sovol here, and I think that should do a G28 and then a G29. So I'm going to manually do it at the same time. Ready? So they're both homing, and then they should do a G29. So just show the... Oh, well, screw it. The Easy ABL is still going to win. So it didn't do a G29. Easy ABL versus BL Touch. Even with the Easy ABL doing a G28 before it does a G29. Look at that. We're on the last probe. Let's just see if it completes. We'll go ahead and just let this get its little thing here. So we'll just a moment, okay? It's still gonna need a minute. Just 1 second. I just for funsies, I had the Ender 5 Plus do another G28 and G29, and it's already done with the G29. BL Touch is still going. Slow and steady. One thing I also want to point out is the Easy ABL did 2 probes per point. This is doing 1. Look at 1. They'll come down, and then that's done. It's not doing 2 and averaging it out for better accuracy. I don't know why it's going back to the center. That's weird. Oh, it's going back to its starting position. Okay, interesting choice of firmware setup. But yeah, I mean, we'll do it one more time, just for funsies. Okay, so we know that it doesn't do. So we'll do a G29 and then a G28 just for apples to apples comparison. How's that? Okay. So we'll bring the Ender 5 Pluses. So these are the same bed size. We're going to do an auto home. So G28, I'm going to press the enter. Okay. And then we're going to do a G29 at the same time, just to give you an idea here. We're going to bed leveling. Level bed. Okay, once it goes back to the center, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do a G29. Ready? Both of them at the same time, just so people can see. I have my finger. Oh, wait, I got to go back. It timed out. Bed leveling. Level bed G29. I'm just gonna keep doing G29s. So the second one, I told it to do 2 more. How many G29s can we do in the time it takes this BL Touch to do 1? Oh, I was talking this whole time. I'm sorry. I have two wireless mics. I hit the wireless mic too. I'm sorry. So I was saying is, the SV03 has the same fan shroud and hot end setup as the SV01. So if you did want to put an easy ABL on here, the SV01 mount should fit on here. I'm going to test this, but looking at it, it looks like it's the same exact carriage. So sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. So I went ahead and I'm preheating it. We're going to load the filament that they included, since they did give us an actual like spool. I like these. These are good to include. What I don't like is those little scrap samples. They're so annoying. The only downside with doing the streaming at 4K like we're doing is that there's a larger delay. So if I forget to unmute my mic or something, then it takes a while for people to let me know and find out. So as I can see, people are still saying that I am muted. I think there's about a 30-second delay on the stream. I forgot to put this on, so I'm going to put this up at the top. And since it's got a little interesting filament sensor, let's go ahead and get this loaded. This is a nice loadout of features. Even though I'm not a big fan of the BL Touch, it's nice to see some kind of auto bed leveling included. And I'll take a BL Touch over Creality's like weird thing they do on the CR6 any day. I'm going to clip this just because it's going to get in the way. And this seems to be fairly easy. Let's see, do they have a load filament option? I don't usually use like the load filament option that often, but I will if it's like a direct drive like this. Do they not have a load filament? Is it under temperature? They do not have a change filament option. Oh, no, change media. That's the SD card. Oh, wait, change filament. Hang on. Load filament. Okay, they do have a load filament menu. That's nice. So I should just be able to stick it in the top here and hit load filament, and I should pull it in. Let's see. Yep. All right, I'm going to push this down in there. Make sure my tension's set. So I'm not a big fan of these Titan clones they have, but they do work and they're better than what comes with most printers. So acceptable. All right, so we're purging the filament out. Tree Studio Rossman, your mic is dead. How many times did the Easy ABL do a G29? We got through 5.5 full G29s. Now, I do want to say the G29, the Ender 5 Plus is doing a 3x3 grid. This is doing a 4x4. So this will take a little longer, but I probably could still get 4, maybe even 5 full homings if I was doing a 4x4 versus this. They definitely could speed this up a little bit. But yeah, that was pretty painful. So, like we do with all of them, we're going to check to see if they gave us some pre-sliced ones. They did. There's SS Basket-Opto and SS 40x40x40 V3. Which one do you guys want? Opto or 40x40x40? What are we going to print here for the first print? Oh, and I wanted to give a shout out. I saw Trail Features did Super Chat, and I appreciate it. And I'll answer your question while we're waiting for a decision on what we're going to print, either the basket or the 40x40x40. You said, well, wait, what do I think about the new Ender 3 or the new Ender 6? I like it. Once we did the LCD swap, myself, like a bunch of other people, hated the stock LCD, which is it's right here. Once you change LCD out to these style LCDs, like these are my favorite because you have full control over the machine. It's a great machine. I think it's pretty well built. I haven't had any major issues with it, and I like it. Like if I had the room or need, I would buy another one, but we have so many machines here. So, yeah, super fast probing should work fine on your SV01. The SV01 is a solid machine. We got 2 for cube. Opto 40x40 is a cube. Basket, Opto 40x40x40. Let's see. All right, 40 by 40 by 40 it is. Oh, wait. Basket. Is this going to be a big print? Is Basket a big print? Because Basket's winning now. I'm going to change it up and do Basket. How's that? Print Basket. We're waiting for the bed to heat. It's at 57, even though I preheated. This bed does take a little while to heat up. Not terrible, but it does take a little while to heat up. Let's see. Someone said the bed cables get warm. I'm not feeling that, but we are going to take a look at the... we're going to take a look at all the soldering work. Because, like I said, somebody posted in the Livestream's Discord channel that the SV01 beds have been having wiring issues. Or SV03, sorry. I keep calling it SV01. The SV03 ones, I guess they've been having issues with the wiring on the bed. How many of you guys in chat have this printer? And those of you who don't have this printer, how many of you guys are thinking about getting one? So far, it's what I expected, which is good. So let's see. It didn't do a G29. Did you guys see that? Did it do it? Is it going to do a G29? It should do a G29. So it's homing Z. It's not doing a G29. We don't have baby stepping. Oh, this is terrible. Okay. Let's talk about this, because this is... They have no idea how to set up the firmware correctly with an auto bed leveling sensor. This is insane. We shouldn't... This stock code is doing fuck all for the auto bed leveling. You see it did not go through and do the proper leveling situation. They did not set this up right. There's no baby stepping. And this is all software issue. There's a Z offset. If I set the Z offset, is it moving it? Is it? Is it moving it? I think it is. But it didn't do a G29. So how is it supposed to... There's no baby stepping. There's no G29 in their stock code. They should be using a G29 in their stock code. Now, it might already have a G29 because I ran it myself, but you should have a G29 before you start a print. I'm setting the offset. It looks like the offset is modifying the Z height, so it's kind of like baby stepping. But let's see if it's actually using... Is it actually using the auto bed leveling mesh? I don't think it is. It's not... The Z motors are not moving at all. Okay, so their firmware leaves a lot to be desired. It's not level. Not even close. Okay. So, this is a big deal. You guys... You're going to put an auto bed leveling sensor in. Let's look at what they tell you to do in the manual. Because, here's the thing. If you have an auto bed leveling sensor, it should be... Turn it on and set your offset at the very least. There's no tap. It's no G29. Let's see what they tell you to say. I kind of jumped in this assuming it was going to actually have G29. So they're saying here, they do tell you, okay, they're telling you for Cura to take the SV01, modify the print size, and then they do tell you to add a G29. But here's the thing, their own code included with the machine doesn't have a G29. Here's a picture of their board. This looks like the 2560 board, so firmware shouldn't be too terrible to do firmware for. But let's go ahead and slice some code up because their included code is trash. This, how do you not send code out? How do you not send code out that's actually sliced for the machine you're selling? I'm looking at their starting code. So here we go. Let's go and do a screen share here. Woo! Streamception. Look at this. Here's the 40x40. There's a G28. Let's see. Do a Control F for G29. There's no G29. Come on, guys. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make a new profile. So it should be basically the same as the SV01. So let me save this as new or do this SV03. Let me close that out. And I'm going to make a new profile. We're going to call this SV03, and we're going to go down here. And our SV01s already have the EasyABL starting code on them, so we should be good. We just need to change this to 350 by 350 by, what is it, 400? What does it say in the guide? I think it's 400. Yeah, 350 by 350 by 400. Now, for the scripts, if you see here, this is our EasyABL starting G-code. This will work with ABL Touch. It's just starting G-code that'll work with any auto bed leveling sensor. So we're going to turn off support generation. We're going to have our additions here. Let's see here. We want the layer height. I want this to be a 0.2 layer height. We're going to do a 150% width, and that should be good. All right, let's go ahead and get a Cali Cat. Let's go ahead and slice this up. All right. Let's take a look at our slicer settings here. Looking good. Let me check our print temps. I can't remember what temperatures we have set. So 60 for the bed. Do 210 for the hot end because we're just using their included filament. And let's go ahead and save the tool path to the disk. And we're going to go ahead and save that. And let's switch back over and get our G-code. I'll show you what the difference is when it actually starts, because it'll actually use the auto bed leveling sensor, whereas before it was not using the ABL sensor. Oh, you know what I just noticed? In their firmware, did you guys see that pulsing? Hang on. Let me show you what happened here. This firmware is not correctly set up. So inside your BL Touch, you have an EEPROM, okay? That sets the mode. Now, if you change the mode and the mode mismatches the firmware and your probe is acting weird, you can set a setting in Marlin that will automatically override and rewrite the EEPROM when the firmware started up, okay? So it forces it into the mode that the firmware is expecting. You're supposed to turn that off and only do that once, because every time you write to the EEPROM, you're wearing the chip out on the BL Touch. But if you notice, when this initializes, it should do it in a sec. I just saw it. So the blue light came on. There you go. That, with those little blinks, that's it writing to the EEPROM. So if you're using the stock Sovol firmware, it's just every time you power cycle it or reset the printer, it's writing that EEPROM over and over. It's going to prematurely wear this BL Touch out. So I just want to point that out. So let's go ahead and we're going to preheat. Remo, why are you barking? I don't get why these companies have way more people at their disposal than we do. Like, I'm literally a guy in my garage, and I have a small team of people. How am I able to get this stuff done correctly? But these companies that probably have, 5, 6, 7 times the people we have, how do they not get this stuff right? That's what I don't get. All right, so, but that's okay. I will come to the rescue and write some firmware for this. Luckily, this board should be pretty easy to support and should be able to get the easy board in here if it's got the board it shows in the picture. So, Remo, stop barking. He's discovered his barker and it's kind of annoying. All right, so we're going to print the Cali Cat that I sliced up here. And so now we're going to have to wait for this to heat up. And then you'll see, now, this does have In the, I think it's under the advanced settings, or was it control, configuration? Where was it? Tune? This is a weird menu set. I don't know what version of Marlin they're running, but okay, so there is a Z offset setting. So I'll have to go in there. So it's under tune and Z offset. So once it starts, I'll set the Z offset on the skirt. So I have not switched to Cura yet. We're still using S3D. It works. They got our issues sorted out with the licensing where it was not letting us activate, and that was kind of a pain in the ass. This is set. I gotta change this setting because this is. Hang on. Where's my... I'm trying to remember the setting. I did aperture mode, program auto. It's still kind of dark. Alright, well, we'll zoom in once it starts printing. Someone make a Callie Remo. That'd be amazing. Can someone make a little shepherd, Callie? A Callie shepherd? That'd be adorable. Have like a little snoot overhang. I would love that. That would be my go-to test press. So I'll make a little German Shepherd calibration cube. That'd be fantastic. I would absolutely love that. Although I'm dipping into my maw, exclamation point maw, hashtag sellout. Bam. I will give them this. I mean, like, just for full disclosure, we do earn affiliate stuff on the maw, and I'm very clear about that. We're only getting about 20 bucks a month, but I really don't care. Their stuff is delicious, so I'm happy. I'd stop. This is legitimately saving me a ton of money because we used to buy even like the Aldi brand energy drinks were like $1.50 a piece, and I would go through like 30 or 40 of them in a month. Yeah, it's rough. Versus one of these tubs gets me through over a month, and it's about the same. It's a little less, and I don't have to store a bunch of cans. And then I don't have cans that I'm, having to discard. So we're still waiting. It's almost, there we go. I was like, it should be almost done. I got the jungleberry today. I'm sorry if you heard that in the mic. I'm used to being on the Yeti. The Yeti doesn't pick that up. Although, we are going to have to wait a sec. So, it's going to start the G29 again. So let me get this ready to go. Yeah, this is going to take a second. That's okay. I'll take a time to recharge. Let me look through chat while we're waiting for this to do a G29 and see if I can answer some questions. Man, I'm probably going to mess with firmware on this weekend because this is really bad. This is really rough. I'm probably going to leave the BL Touch on here for a little bit just so I can have a machine with it on here because we don't have a single machine with a BL Touch. But who knows? Maybe I'll get tired. Although this is going to go in the print farm. Are my guys going to destroy the BL Touch? They have yet to destroy any easy ABLs. We'll find out. I guess we'll find out. Oh boy. I'm going to put some music on while we're waiting for this. It's on the second row. It's going. It's a little engine that could. All right, so it's gonna go do its purge over here. It should. Why does it go back to the center after G29? That's so weird. All right, so it's gonna do the weight. That's in my starting code. I'm gonna get the Z offset up, and we're gonna set this on the perimeter. This is how I actually set my Z offset. Is I do it on the perimeters, and I'm going to be showing that in a video of how to do that live, because I found it gives you a way more accurate Z offset doing it live instead of doing it the traditional method, which gets you close, but it doesn't get you perfectly there. So let me see. I'm almost there. Man, they had this interval set really low. It is using the auto bed leveling sensor. I feel the Z motor's moving because we did a G29. It's not... I can't tell if it's live adjusting this or not. Oh, it's such a small amount. That's the problem. I really have to crank this. But I can feel the Z motor's moving, so it is using the mesh. We're going to be right around 2, I'm assuming. A little lower. 2.1. 2.16. 2.175. 2.175. All right. Like I said, it is nice that it includes a sensor. The thing is, they really should do a better job at getting the firmware set up so it's actually usable and provides a good user experience. So, but you can see there, once I have the Z offset set, it's actually printing level. So the sensor is getting a good reading. It's just their stock G code is not set up for it. I need to sturdy the table up. This is actually a fancy folding table. It's not an actual desk, and I did that because if I need to, like pick it up and move it, I can. What do you guys think about getting? One of my buddies told me I should get one of those, like, what are they called? They're like butcher style workbenches, because I could use some extra storage, and they're rollable, so I could shove that out into the garage if I need more space. And I did just put my Vive back in the house. I never used it out here. We're going to set it up downstairs in our entertainment room. So yeah. But we're going to let this go. I would assume this is going to print as good as the SV01. The SV01 was is still a good printer. I still think it's a good bang for the buck for the price and the features they give you. I really liked Sovol's machines. At least this one, we should be able to update the firmware over USB, because it is a 2560 chip, so we should be able to do that. And I should be able to get firmware together pretty easily for this, because I'm very familiar with this style board that they use in here. I'm just going to lock the focus in on manual. I usually do that when we're on the close-up, so it's not trying to hunt in autofocus. I love these Sony cameras. These are the best investment I made for the video production. It's just so nice to be able to get in and set all your settings manually. It is definitely harder to destroy an easy ABL versus a BL Touch. I will agree with that. That is one of my favorite things about them. You know, at the end of the day, they all work. The thing is, there's just a lot of drawbacks, in my opinion, with the BL Touch, because you got the physical moving part. It's really prone to picking up interference, and, you know, we've done... Our sensors don't have those issues, because we use a shielded cable, and there's no moving parts on it, so... Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Bill, the worker tool cart, like the one with the wood top. What do you guys think? Maybe I'll go and pick one up. I'm in a mood to stream this weekend. They're open until 8 p.m. today. Let me see if the Harbor Freight by us has those countertop ones. Because if I can get one of those that actually moves, if I can lock the wheels, that one would actually be a lot more sturdy than this, and I can use this elsewhere in the shop or downstairs or whatever. Because the reality is this doesn't move. I got it with the intention of being able to move it, and I never do. So there's really no reason to have something like shaking back and forth. I was thinking like the Yukon ones. I'll show you guys what I was thinking about getting while we're waiting for this to print. This says 46 inches. This is what I was thinking about getting. What do you guys think? Something like this. And then I have extra storage for tools. Actually, the extra storage will come in handy because I can keep all my tools that I use on the streams in these. What do you guys think? You think that'd be worth it? I'm gonna actually measure this desk or this table and see how long this is because I want something at least as long as this. Ooh, this is 62 inches. This is actually a pretty long table. Yeah, don't cut the EZABL wire. It's meant to be continuous. The cable we have is over 1 meter long. I want to say they're about 1.2 meters at the low end. That's what we have spec'd out. Harbor Freight is a 60 by 20 workbench for 150 bucks. Sturdy as hell. Okay. Let me see. Workbench. I don't want to spend a ton on it, but I want to get something that's decent, you know? Black & Decker Workmate. No wheels, but solid. While we're waiting for this to go, send, what's it called? Send me some links in Discord. There's if you go to discord.th3dstudio.com, there is a live streams channel, and that's what I check, and I have that up during the streams, so I can actually interact with you guys, because YouTube will not let you post a ton of stuff. I'm trying to figure out, where did I put the live streams channel? It's not other, is it? Discussion. It's under discussion. Live streams. There we go. I got it. I like the CaliCat because it is a pretty quick print. Jonathan Barnes, 485. I don't understand why people complain about the price of shipping like we have any control over it. We literally pass through the shipping prices that the carriers give us to our website. Even our commercial discount that we get. So let's see. Kelly Dog. Ooh, that's a geocache container. Kelly Dog. Okay. I think I found my new test print. Kelly Dog is it 20? Oh, it is. We're going to do Kelly Dog. That is thing number 4327382. Kelly Dog. Okay, we're going to do Kelly Dog now. What do you want, Llama? Llama's like, Tim. Home Depot / Husky. You guys have convinced me. I'm gonna get a new workbench for the printers this weekend. How's that? Because I do agree, the shaking table is annoying. It was really annoying when we were trying to shoot the video. And we can just fold this table up and, you know, have it off to the side in case like I have someone working in here. They can use it as like a little desk. We're gonna get something new this weekend. How's that? I'm trying to find the workbench you're talking about. One of the guys said that he was talking. He got. Where was it? He said Harbor Freight is a 60 by 20 workbench for $150. Is it called a workbench? Because I'm not seeing a 60 by 20. Or are you talking about the wood one? You talking about this weird wood one? I don't know how I feel about this one. I think this is the one you're talking about. This is the only one Oop, wrong one. Main monitor. Is this the one you're talking about? It's so weird looking. Like, it's so weird. Like, why is there... This is like for woodworking? I mean, I guess it'll work. I just not put that on there, but it's just kind of weird. Like, there's like these dowel holes and stuff in here. Like, these are all the workbenches they have. It's weird. I think 46 is the biggest they make in these carts. I wouldn't mind getting a cart because these would not shake like this table does. I'm wondering what the height is on these. Because I'd like it to be about the same height. What's the height on this? Product length, product size, product width. 18 inches. Ooh, that might be thinner than what this is. This is 62 by something. What is it 62 by? Where'd my tape measure go? Chat, where'd I put my tape measure? And now I'll wait like 20 seconds for live chat to actually see where I asked for my tape measure, and I'll probably have found it by now. Maybe not. Where did I put my tape measure? What the hell? Let's clean up a little bit while we're letting the Cali Cat print. I don't know, for a new user, like having to know to slice the stuff, like I've obviously been around the block a few times with this stuff and was able to recognize, oh, there's no G29, it's not using the sensor. Like, a new user shouldn't have to do that, especially with the pre-sliced G-code. And here's the tape measure. Let's see here. How deep is this? This is 24 deep. I don't want to go less than that on the depth. I can sacrifice the length a little bit, but I need the girth. Can't do less on the girth. I can do a little less on the length. Let's see. Waiting for Cali Cat to go. Also, since we are waiting, we did update our Easy Pi setups. So we had the fan version, which was the one we've been selling for a while in the aluminum case. That's actually what I'm using to test the Pi board right now. But we actually switched over to doing fanless ones, and now we have just fanless Easy Pi kits. So if you guys are looking to get into Octoprint, don't want to deal with trying to source a power adapter and the correct SD card and case and everything, we have pre-set up kits, and we also are an official sponsor Octoprint, so we give them money every single month to help the project. I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you go to octoprint.org, we're right here on the front page. So we're one of their official sponsors. So, but we have these kits, and these are now 100% fanless, so they're completely silent. These actually run the same temperature and even a little cooler than the ones with the fans. And there's no fans to fail. There's no noise from a fan because it doesn't have one. It uses the actual case. It's like a big chunk of aluminum. So we have these now. We have other add-ons and stuff. If you guys do have a Raspberry Pi and you need a fan for it, we had some of the fan assemblies, the heatsink and fan sets separate, and these are ball bearing fans. These are actually from the same supplier that we get our other fans from. We do have these on the site for $5 if you do have a Raspberry Pi and need some extra cooling for it. It includes a thermal pad that goes on the bottom of this heatsink, as well as one for the USB chip and the RAM. And you can see here, just different options. There's adhesive for both of them. These are pre-applied. And then this little thermal pad here, this sticks to the bottom of that, and that goes on your processor. And here's what it looks like installed. You put the RAM chip on, RAM heatsink on the RAM chip, then pop this on and hook it up to the GPIO header, and then there's a USB heatsink. So we do have these. These are only going to be available until we have them. We're just clearing out our extra stock because these were the sets we used to make the fan Pis. But the silent ones started selling more than the fan ones, so once we were done with the fan-powered ones, we're just discontinuing those because it actually takes us less time to assemble the fanless ones than it does the silent ones. So we have these now, no noise, and nothing moving to fail. So we know how we feel about moving parts. We don't like moving parts. So make sure to check that out. They're awesome. I have a silent one on my Ender 6 here, and I've got a couple of the fan ones on my other ones, and I'll be replacing the fan ones with fanless ones as they start to go out, but that's going to be a while. I think I've been getting about 2.5 years out of a Octoprint kit before I have some issue with like the SD card or even the Pi board. So, but yeah, they're awesome. Matt, you're taking off. Take it easy, man. Dan Adams. Oh, I forgot. Dan joined the Cult of TH3D. Now, make sure when you guys join, if you join the Cult of TH3D level, which is the higher level one, make sure you connect your Discord account to your YouTube account, because then you'll get access to the VIP section in the Discord. And inside the VIP section, there's actually a channel that only Cult of TH3D members have access to. Not even our other people who have VIP access have access to that channel. So you watch me more than you watch Netflix? That's impressive. I'm flattered. So it's coming along good. I'm going to crank the speed up on this a little bit because I slice this at 60 millimeters a second. We're going to push this up to like 175%. We're probably going to get limited by the firmware anyways. They probably have everything set pretty conservatively, I would assume. We'll see. I upped the speed. It doesn't look like it's moving much faster, but we'll see. Oh, wait. Did it just take effect? Was there like a little cue? I think it is going a little bit harder. Yeah, there we go. I would expect this to be able to keep up. This extruder setup's pretty good. Definitely one of my more favorite stock extruder setups in terms of like ones that come on machines. Let's see what it looks like if I turn the brightness down on the ring light. I was trying to see if I can get more detail on the layers, because the white filament kind of washes out, but it's looking pretty good so far. But yeah, we do have those. Do you guys have any other Workbench recommendations? Because now you've planted the bug in my head, and I'm itching. What do you guys think? I need some input. I made a little gif of Remo. Isn't it adorable? It just loops. It's the head tilts. Everybody loves the head tilts. He's so cute. Actually, I should just get him. Remo, come here. I forgot you were in here. You're being so good. Come here. Come here. He was outside playing with Samantha and Clara. He's just tired. Oh, where's the bribes? The bribes are somewhere. Where did I put them? I had them on the desk. Oh, they're down here. Watch, his fat ass is going to come over here because I have a treat. He won't come, just say hi, but look at that. I grabbed the treats, and here he is. Do we want this? You got to come over here. Come here. Sit. Shake. Good boy. Touch. Touch. No, you know this. Touch. Come on. Touch. Touch. You actually have to touch my hand. Touch. Come on. Nope, that's shake. Touch. Come on. Touch. Come here. Touch. Okay, sit. Shake. Good boy. There you go. He's like, Dad, let it go. Dad, let it go. Dad, let the toy go. I want the treat. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, I'm sorry. Is the box in your way? No, he's going to go back by the door. Okay. Build one? I ain't got time for that. I wish I did. This is like my free time, guys. When I do a stream, this is what would be free time. Let's see. Oh, I see you guys are posting stuff. Let's see. Another set of wheels. Mike Cassell says he could wrap one in TH3D graphics. That'd be kind of cool. You could build a workbench, but you have to mortgage a shop? Yeah, no shit. Someone said that in the Discord. Oh, man. Workbench casters, that's interesting. Build a workbench for the makerspace for under $100. I think that article's a little outdated. Your Remo smiley, people, only the YouTube members have the Remo smiley. Now, our Discord server, if you join our Discord server, you can use the Remo emoji. They're all there. My boxer heard treat and he got up. Say, look, you can get little emojis. We even got the Prusa sock puppet. And we also have TH3D and benchies. Gotta have benchies. You like that? Okay, so table building stream. No. Buy material and pay shipping, I'll build you one and like CNC your logo in it. That'd be cool. I know, you old folks like to lock your caps. It's old habits die hard. But remember, caps lock is the cruise control for cool, okay? I've been around the internet enough to know that caps lock is the cruise control for cool. Just remember that. You youngins. We were having a discussion in the shop. Like I said, Malachi, he's leaving to join the Air Force. And he's so young that he was not born when 9/11 happened. Just let that sink in. I have employees that can build a workbench. You know what? I do have our new guy, Dave. He actually has experience doing carpentry stuff, so I could have him build it, but I'm of the mindset right now just to go buy it. Ooh, this is a little on the pricier side, but I really like this. That Husky one's Frankenender 3 linked this. Unavailable combination, no drawers. These are all out of stock. Why do you gotta tease me like this? This is like perfect. This is exactly what I want. Check this out. Look at this. This is perfect. This is exactly what I want. Wait, let me double check. What's the depth on it? It's 24. This is perfect. This is exactly what I want. This will be way more stable than this. Wait, let me see. Oh my god. Hobart. Oh, it's not available in any stores. Let's see. And there goes my lights. Unavailable in this combination. Do they have... free pickup by June 14th. First world problems. No drawers. Do they have no drawers? Any of them in no drawers? I mean, I'd like the drawers, to be completely honest. It looks like they're out of stock on all of these. That's annoying. Man, I would love to have that. That's exactly what I want. Let's see. Dale Scott. This looks nice. Dale Scott, you wanna... Are you... You look like you're somebody who knows your way around the wood. Because I see you got all fancy and did either like a CNC or something. I mean, that looks pretty skookum. It looks like you got some fancy... Is that a planer or sander? I don't do woodworking. My father would know exactly what the tools in this photo are, but that looks really nice and really sturdy. Let's see, we're still going. We're done with the tail. We should be almost done here. Is that a thing kids born before this day in 2000 can start drinking legally? Yeah. Yeah, I remember, well, I was homeschooled. I remember being home watching it on our Sony Trinitron TV in our bedroom, and we, like, really didn't know, like my parents obviously knew, but I was like, I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, it's wild. I feel old. This is an old moment. Hey, buddy. Are we wanting attention? Oh, I can give you some attention. Look at this big boy. Hang on, let's look at the paws. Can we not bite me? I'm trying to show everybody how big your paws are. Look at those paws. Look how big those paws are. Yeah. Ow! Don't eat my mic. Oh. Look at this big boy. Such a big boy. He's getting a little heavy to do this with. He's almost 60 pounds already. Do you not like me mocking you? He's like looking at me like, Dad. God, don't break my mic. I'm regretting this decision. He's like, Dad, you are printing a cat instead of a dog. How dare you? You betrayed me. You betrayed me. Even though he wiggles, he's much more tolerant of being held than Clara is. I mean, Dale Scott, go ahead and just send one over my way. Dog. He just snooted the camera. Leave it. Leave it. What did I just say? Leave it. Go lay down. Go. Go lay down. I'm pretty sure he wants another TREAT. All right. Cali Cat's almost done. It's looking good. I'm very happy with the print quality. But how's everybody doing? Let's see here. Where'd my chat go? I had chat open. Where did my chat go, Remo? I don't know where my chat go. Restore chat. Pop out chat. I don't know what happened to it. Alright, anyways, let's see. Yeah, wood prices are outrageous. All caps for Jimmy. Man, I miss that guy. He was awesome. Let's see here. Any opinions on the Anycubic Mega X? I have one sitting in a box that they sent us. I think it's a return unit. I don't necessarily want to do like a stream like this where, you know, we're unboxing it, because if it is a return unit, it wouldn't be an accurate representation of a new one. But that could be a fun casual hangout. Let's see. That's all the, where's the chat? It doesn't go back that far. Found a black workbench in stock, SKU number 10039. Thank you. Yeah, we're in Hobart, Indiana, so if you guys are bored, want to help me spend my money. Let's see. It says there's one in stock in Alsip. That's by my parents' house. Let's see here. There's some available in like Illinois. I have to go to Illinois of all places. Ugh. Ugh, Illinois. Ugh. I do not miss Illinois. You could not pay me to live in Illinois again. I'm so glad that we're out of there. Let's see. Let's check out Lowe's and Menards. We have Menards, Baz. Who here has Menards and loves Menards? I know they're not everywhere, but I love Menards. Menards is great. Like, they have so much cool stuff. Every time we go to Menards, we get the dogs a new toy because they have, like, a toy section there and dog and pet section. So we always get them a toy. That's the deal we've worked out with them so they don't murder us in our sleep is anytime we go to Menards, we have to get them each a new toy. So it's worked out. They haven't, you know, tried to kill us in our sleep. You know, we just got to keep buying them a toy every time we go to Menards. Let's see what Lowe's and Menards have. Can you post links? You know what, Llama? I'll make you a moderator. Because I trust you not to be an idiot. And I've known you for, God, too long. Too long. There you go. Dave, you can send it to me on Facebook. I don't like Facebook, but I have that my TH3D account. There you go. I love Menards. My buddy Tyler, he's in Alaska right now. He works for the Air Force, and he was originally from Illinois, and he was like, I miss Menards. I always send him pictures when I go there. I love Menards. They're 11% back. They have an 11% back rebate. Do they have that going on right now? They do. They have 11% off everything. It's fantastic. Oh, look at this. Please, guys, look at this. Menards coming through with the W. Look at this. This is simple. Look at. What do you think? I think this will be solid. Nice and simple. What's the depth? 60 by 24. They've got a 72. Do I go bigger? I have the room. Do I go bigger? What is it, like an $80 difference? It's not terrible. That looks pretty skookum. Oh, this has a power strip built in. I mean, how can I argue with that? Does this have a power strip? This doesn't have a power strip. Why would I get the one without the power strip? Look at this. This is fantastic. I have a power strip bolted to the top of this one. Do they have it? Maryville is the closest one. They've got two of them. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I can't go there unattended. My wife won't let me. Oh, that's funny. That's funny as hell. Sounds like you messed up. Yeah, there's no drawers, but... Let's see. This is what Llama sent. This is 72. It's got little peg hooks. Oh, should I just hide the wife from the chat? Should I just hide her in chat? Hang on. Let's just, Is this the right user account? Hang on. We're gonna put a stop to that. We're gonna just go ahead and... There we go. Anyways, let's see. This Cobalt looks pretty good. It says there's one at Maryville Lowe's, but here's the thing. Okay, this is 72 by... What's the depth on this? What's the depth? 24. So this is 72 by 24 for $2.99. This is 72 by 24 for $3.99. $3.55 after the rebate. Hang on one second. I'm streaming. Do you need something? Okay, I love you. Talk to you later. Bye. Bye. Love you. Can't find your TH3 account that accepts files. Dave, you should have my email, Dave. I'm going to text you right now, Dave. You can just email me. How's that? Samantha's a little salty that I timed her out in the chat. Let me see. Dave is gonna send me his dog. Samantha does all the Menards rebates here. Performax Menards, let's see. SKU number. We're almost done with the Cali Cat. I like that one, Mike, but it's got a back on it. Although I guess that would work in here. And this is $100 cheaper than the other one, and it's got the power strip on the back. Ooh. Okay, that might work, but make like a little partition. Oh, Dave, I requested access, Dave. We're almost done. Then we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to get into the guts of this and see. I do like this one that that Mike V posted on chat. Do you guys think this would be weird? Because this is just freestanding, like right here next to me. Do you think this would be weird to see when you walk into the room? Or what? Because this is actually $100 cheaper than the other 72 by 24. So here's a 72 by 24. And this one's $400. But this one's also 72 by 24. Is this the same thing? It's just a different price for some reason? But this has more to it. The only thing that would suck about having this on the back is that printers hanging off would hit it. Alright. Let's go ahead and put this back in autofocus. And take a look at the print. Oh, it's on there. You gotta let these cool down. Or you do the super scientific method way. So because this is still bonded and you can't pull it off, you administer the percussive device and it releases the print. So sometimes some percussive removal is warranted. No tinned wires means I have to take a shot. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Hang on, let me turn the ring light off and see if you guys are able to see the layer lines better. There we go. Super even. Like I said, it's printing about what I expected. Maybe a little bit under extruded, but I do have my extrusion multiplier set to 0.9, so that could be part of it, but very nice. Just like the SV01, except it's bigger. Okay, I'm happy with the print quality. Oh, the cheaper one doesn't have leveling feet. Okay. I mean, it's going to be a business expense either way, so. I'm just saying. Like, if I didn't have to deal with this, that'd be great. Because it was getting very annoying while we were trying to film the video. Alright, let's get the roll of filament off here. Alright. Let's go ahead and get into the guts of it. Let me move the Z Z up so it's not as tilted. So bear with me just a moment. Accounts receivable speaking. Just a moment. Eventually, just give me a moment. Yeah, it's a clean print. Print's just as good as the SV01. The SV01 is a solid little machine. So that's why I wasn't opposed to buying this, because I figured we could actually use it in the print farm and it'd be reliable. So, because the SV01s have been really reliable. So. Alright. Let's see what's inside. The Remo just came behind me and let out the loudest sigh. Like, okay, bud, I get it. You're there. I'm going to go next size up on the Phillips bit because this one was a little too small. I do like that they use Phillips head screws on the bottom. Creality likes to use the hex heads. And while they work, I just like Phillips better. But I'm just nitpicking. Not really a complaint. It's just a comment. I'm not going to be like, this is so much better than Creality just because it has Phillips head screws. I'm just making an observation. Now the question is, are we going to have a mean wheel in here? I think we might. I think I see a little MW logo peeking through. I believe Sovol used mean wheel on the SV01 as well, which is another huge plus in my book. Because Creality, they're hit and miss with what they use, where it seems like Sovol always likes to use mean wheels in their machines. Alright. Yep, so it's the Creality. It's a 2.1 board, like we thought. Or the 2.21? 2.21? What is it? 2.21, yeah. I just hate these ribbon cables. At least they put standard ends on them here. Yeah, this is the 2.21. This is basically the 2.2. It's just got Trinamics on here. They're in standalone mode. This does have the filter cap fixed. This is that issue that I discovered a couple years ago, and they're still implementing that. Let's check the bed wires. We do have proper grounding. We've got the double grounding here, where they've got the lug on the bottom here, and that goes to there and then there. And we do have a mean wheel power supply. So kudos to that. Now, all right, let's see if Tim has to take a shot tonight. If I'm going to Menards, though, I'm going to have to wait and I'll have to take the shot later if these are not tinned. That's the deal. If we get a printer that has them that are not tinned, I have to take a shot. And it looks like I won't have to take a shot tonight because these wires are tinned. All right. Well, we will have to address those. Whenever we roll out a new machine in the print farm, we go through and remove all the tinned wires. I have been using ferrules more. I was originally like, here's the thing, bare wires work fine, but ferrules look so pretty. I've been getting spoiled by using ferrules, so probably do some ferrules on here. Now, there's no MOSFET for this bed. It is pushing all the power through here. This board should be fine. This is also 24 volt. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. You know, it's got the tinned wires. I hate to see it, but it's pretty standard these days. We got a cooling fan in here. If this is new, why is there so much dust? What the? Okay, if this printer is new, you guys watched me unbox this. Why the hell is there so much dust on these fan blades? Are they using used fans? Do you guys see this? Like, I had a toothbrush around here for cleaning things off. Why is there so much damn dust on these fans? Are they literally using, like, used fans on this printer? Like, look at this. This was purchased new. This is dust on these fans, like super fine dust. Yes, this fan is used, 100% used. Is this machine used? You guys watch me unbox it. No, this looks okay. Like the power supply fan doesn't look used. This fan is definitely used. Do you see this? What the hell? That's really, really weird and kind of sketch. let's see. Are they like using fans that they get secondhand? Like, is that how they keep the cost down? This is just some no-name fan. But yeah, there's freaking dust in the fan blade already. That much factory dust? How long are they running it for that it's picking up that much dust? I'd expect to see that after like weeks of it running. Like, not like a couple hours. I doubt they're running these for more than a couple hours. That's concerning. Like, how long are they using these fans for? Or how many hours do I have on that fan? And if their factory is that dusty, that's disgusting. Like, anyways, I'll stop nitpicking. Alright, where are we at? So, print quality, I would say, about the same as the SV01, which is to be expected. The stock firmware is just very rough. Like all machines. Not terrible. I am going to test thermal runaway, though. We need to test that, and we're going to test the grounding. I'm going to... Okay, you guys are saying maybe reuse. Would you guys be okay if we sent you out used fans that had dust all over them? And sent them out as new? I don't think you would. So I'm just saying. All right, let's test the grounding. Okay? Let's go on here. Let's test continuity up to the terminal. 0.3. 0.3 chassis. 0.1, so good ground. It's a mean well. I would assume it'd have good ground. Let's see, let's test the chassis itself. 0.2. 0.2. 0.2. Good grounding. Good job, Sovol. You guys did a good job on the grounding. Good job on the grounding. Okay, I'm happy with that. The dust costs extra? Probably. What if they put it on there to make you think that it's like... Maybe they like spray dust on it to make you think that it's tested for a while? Alright, let's test thermal runaway. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and just... This will be the simplest way. We're just going to disconnect... Oh, look at this shit. Wow. Look how they're running the power. Okay, I take that back. This is a little jank. Look at how they're running the power for the hot end. Look at this shit. Holy shit. They're literally just crimping. Now this is ferrule, so that's nice. They're using 3 tiny ribbon cable wires. The question is, are they using these to feed other things on the harness? Wow. Let's see. Let's see if I disconnect these and the other things stop working. That means they're feeding other stuff off here. So the one with the brown, orange, and yellow go to this terminal here, and one with the black, red, and white go to this terminal here. So let's see. That's kind of jank. I'm not a fan of that. Let's see if I get any power on these wires, because if they're just going to the hot end heater wires, we shouldn't get any reading or positive, negative on there. So let's see. I'm gonna check here. I'm getting 72 millivolts. Why am I getting anything off this? That's weird. Let's see the resistance. Let me check the resistance here. Hang on. Select ohms. .2 ohms. The weird thing is, why am I getting any voltage going between one of these and getting 6.4 volts off of here? What the hell? 6.5. How the hell am I getting voltage off of this? That's on AC. How am I getting 6-something volts AC? This should just be wide open. There shouldn't be anything on here. That's weird. Is that fan running? The fan's running. Let's see if I turn the layer fan on. Go to temperature. We're going to test thermal runaway here. That's weird that I'm getting any sort of voltage reading with those disconnected. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and preheat the end. I'm going to preheat the hot end and see if it trips thermal runaway. That's really weird. I hate when they use ribbon cables and do stuff like that. I mean, I guess you're taking... I don't even think 3 of those wires equals what one normal run would be, to be completely honest. Because these are tiny-ass little wires. Using 3, what are these? Probably 24? Usually your hot ends are like 18 gauge. Oh, there it goes. So it does have thermal runaway protection enabled. Yeah, I wonder if it's just picking up noise because they're so close together. Because in that bundle. Alright, so the only thing... I'm going to have to probe these out and see where they go. Because that'd be useful to know. Because if you change the board out, if they're sharing like the grounds and the positive lines, it would be the positive line for the hot end because the positive is always on. You would have to make sure when you connect these cables to a new board, like if you put an easy board in here, you have to make sure you connect it to the positive line. Otherwise, you're going to fry stuff. Now, it could be that it was just picking up noise, and that's a good good thing to mention. What was his name? Bill. Could just be picking up noise because it's literally in parallel. Now, and here's the thing. Is the BL Touch going over this line? Here's the fans. Where's our BL Touch lines? It should be on D11, I'm assuming. Yeah, so here's the thing. Your BL Touch wires are going on this line. The BL Touch... So your BL Touch wires are running in parallel with all your heater lines, your stepper motors for the X and Z, or the X and E. That's not ideal. Not ideal. But... we'll see. I'll get our firmware on here. We'll see what we're actually getting accuracy-wise. But I'm surprised that they're doing that, especially with the BL Touch, because the BL Touch is really prone to picking up interference, especially when you're running it in parallel with motor lines and heater lines. So, yeah. Yeah, it's probably just picking up stuff on the lines because there's 2 motors, an end stop, the BL Touch signal, and fan lines running on there too. So, we'll have to see. I'll have to plug away. I don't hate this machine. I just don't like ribbon cables in general because here's the thing. That's way harder to fix if you have a problem than if it was just straight wires. I don't know why they didn't just run straight wires into it. Yeah, it's weird. BL Touch wires are not shielded at all unless you specifically get a shielded cable from somebody. Their stock, anything you get from Ant Collabs is not shielded. So, I don't know if I have one of our Easy ABL cables here. I have one somewhere. I'll have to show it up. But ours are fully shielded. We have a foil layer. There's actually a dedicated ground wire and a braided shielding over it. So, But anyways, I think it's a decent machine for the price. What are they going for these days? Because I know I put a link in the description. I didn't think they were going for too much. $449, and there's a $30 coupon on Amazon. So $420. That's not bad. Auto bed leveling, filament sensor, trinamic silent drivers, a 350 by 350 by 400 build volume. That's hard to argue with, and it's dual Z motors. So I think it's a good price for what you get. I am going to have to do some more testing because I'm curious to see if those wires for the hot end are actually getting hot. And if it's like anything to be concerned. Because if they're not getting hot, well, I don't like that when companies do that. They take all the multiple tiny wires and combine them into one. It does work. So, but yeah. All in all, it prints just as well as the SV01. I really like the SV01. It's basically a larger SV01. And it comes with the silent board in it and bed leveling. So, you know, even though I'm not a fan of the BL Touch, I'd rather a BL Touch than nothing. So, not bad. Not a bad machine. We will be doing firmware for it for the stock board and for the easy board. And, yeah. So, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. It's 6:30, and I'm gonna wrap things up here. So, I will talk to you guys later. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. And, as always, happy printing.